What is out there is these facts. The Knicks don't want to trade Randle. Randle's value is extremely low right now for the obvious reasons I've already stated. But even more so than that, we know that the Knicks don't have a desire to do so. Shout out for Fred Katz for continuing this report here. As I've already reported there is no indication the Knicks are trying to trade Randle, which means it's difficult to gather a true gauge of his market. So to break this down further, let's travel to New Orleans, where the Pelicans are dealing with a similar real-life situation. The Pelicans have fielded offers for their all-star wing Brandon Ingram, who is 3 years younger than Randle and has been an all-star and has averaged more than 20 points in 5 consecutive seasons. But months into the offseason, they haven't been able to find any viable suitors. The Pelicans won 49 games last season, and they're not trying to get worse, just as the Knicks would not make a Randle deal only to weaken this season's roster. Fred Katz in this article cooked. He made point after point after point. It's not the exact same situation, and I'm not saying Randle means the exact same to the Knicks that Ingram means to the Pelicans. In my opinion, Randle means a little bit more, but what Fred Katz is saying here makes a lot of sense. If you're trying to look at Ingram's value right now, he's a great player, but they still have problems to trade him because you don't know how to call it at this point in time. You don't know how he's going to do it another team. The same thing can be said about Randle. However, with Randle, the difference is we have a roster built around Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, our all-stars, that unlock their potential. There lies the difference. New Orleans doesn't have that for Brandon Ingram. That's why it's a different situation. Randle legitimately has the ability right now to be one of the most important players on this Knicks roster. More important than some other key players on this team that you guys may think are more important than Randle. Randle might have a more important role some nights, especially on offense. His bully ball cannot be stopped if you think about it. Last year in January, with a weakened roster, it couldn't be stopped. We have a stronger roster this year. What do you expect's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen now with Randle as probably your second best player on this Knicks team, right behind Brunson, with a roster that can unlock all of his abilities? Yes, his trade value around the league may be quote-unquote neutral, but that's okay because his value to this team, this organization, is probably near Brunson. Probably near that. That's how impactful and important Randle is to this organization. I don't care if he's worth nothing to the Lakers. I don't care if he's worth nothing to the Grizzlies. I don't care. Those are not my franchises. I don't sit at night wondering what the Grizzlies are going to do. I think about what the Knicks are going to do, what my team is going to do. And they made it clear. They're loyal to Randle. They're riding with Julius. This Knicks team wants to ride with Julius. And I think the real NBA people who watch this game very carefully know that right now, Mikal, OG, Mitchell Robinson, and your superstar point guard in Jalen Brunson all around Julius Randle is a nightmare. It's a legit nightmare for other teams. If I were an opposing team looking at that, I would be scared. I would be very, very worried because I don't know how to stop that. If I throw a double at Jalen, Julius cooks me. If I try to play it fair one-on-one, both Jalen and Julius is going to cook me. If I throw a triple team at Jalen, then I have to worry about Julius, Mikal, OG, and the blockness monster inside in Mitchell Robinson, who's going to get each and every rebound when healthy and when out there. What do you do as an opposing team? You can't do anything. And then off the bench, the Knicks have an even better roster as well, too. You're not going to stop this team, ladies and gentlemen. We are built for success. We are built with our superstars in mind. We are built with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson in mind. And that's why it's important to understand that while we can talk about Randle's value, no team will ever value him more than the Knicks do right now. And that's why it doesn't matter about if you want to trade him, if you think the Knicks should do this, if you think the Knicks should trade that. The Knicks don't want to do it with good reason, because even if they did, they wouldn't get anything back that would make it make sense. And that's why you don't do the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Leon Rose is not a moron. He is not an idiot. He is going to make the best deals with the franchise in mind and not for a one-year rental, for now and for the future. And that's why this front office has been cooking each and every move that they've made this offseason. We can criticize a few things, but overall, they've been amazing to watch. And honestly, we have to talk about that. Fred Katz continues here. He also states, the Pels are at a standstill, as I believe the Knicks would be if they chose to move on from Randle. But all of this is moot. The Knicks are holding on to Randle for now. And he enters the upcoming season with an argument as the team's most important player. I said that. I mentioned that. But if you didn't want to believe me, if my word wasn't enough, then Fred Katz of The Athletic, who watches this team, has sources for this team, and covers this team on a day-to-day basis, said the exact same thing as me, that Randle could be one of the most important players on this Knicks roster next season, because the Knicks and what he means to this team, that value is on another level. That other level is the Brunson level. That's the impact because of the roster that we have constructed around our two superstars in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. This Knicks team can do anything they want to do because we have the roster to do it, the coach to do it, and this Knicks team is led by a front office with Leon Rose that will never make the wrong move. They will make the move with the Knicks in mind. So there you have it. To sum up, Randle's value around the league, it's neutral. For the Knicks, it's at an all-time high. And by the way, the Knicks are not looking to trade Randle now. So you can stop throwing him So you can stop throwing him into all of these hypothetical trades that you guys, not all of you obviously, but some of you guys watching have been trying to throw him into. You can stop it now. I think it's been clarified. It's been clear. The Knicks and Randle are like this, and they're not looking to move on anytime soon. And that news brings a smile to my face. So hopefully now we all can move on and look at this upcoming season as exactly what it's going to be. Not only a championship run by the Knicks, but a season of the magical duo of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. You thought what they did last year was a problem? You thought what they did last year was something that you had to worry about? This year, this team, this squad, before every game you face the Knicks, you better say a prayer in that locker room before you walk out, because you're walking into a war zone and you're not coming out. The Knicks are going to be the team that each and every game next year, next season, they're going to be thinking to themselves, I can't believe we let this happen. I can't believe we let New York creep into the conversation as one of the best teams in the league. But that's what you did. That's what you allowed, because you allowed this Knicks front office to create the best possible team to take down the defending champions. And you gotta love that. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.